Hey, and welcome to another IGN Grudge match. This is Eric from the Xbox team.
And this is Bizarro Eric, his alter ego. Today we are going to discuss the Fable 2 add-ons against the Fallout 3 add-ons. We're going to pit Not Whole Island and See the Future against The Pit, Operation Anchorage, and Broken Steel.
And since between the two of my personalities, I'm the only one in the IGN office who has played all of them, I'm going to debate myself.
And I'd like to begin by saying that my opponent is a jackass.
So the first category we're going to look at is the length of the content. Now, Broken Steel is obviously the most expansive download we've got here. It adds 10 more levels of playing, and in addition to 3 or 4 hours of actual gameplay. Now, when you add in The Pit and Operation Anchorage, which both add in a few hours more, you've got a whole set of downloads that adds pretty much an entirely new game to the experience. Fable 2, on the other hand, only has 2 add-ons, and each only add a few hours of content.
Whoa, slow down there, Eric. Let's not knock Not Whole Island. This first add-on for Fable 2 adds quite a bit to the game. See the Future may be a bit short with just a few quests, but look at all the toys you get with these downloads. There's new dog breeds, there's new clothing and hair options, new gestures, wacky potions to change your appearance. These downloads are much more than just a few quests. You can always take these new toys and go back and play with them in the Fable 2 world, adding a whole new dimension to the game. Plus there's the Coliseum at the end of See the Future where you can just go fight endlessly.
Alright, stop right there, you moron. You're just making yourself look dumb. Fable 2 isn't the only game to get new toys to play with. Fallout 3's add-ons add things that are much more fun. You've got the Tesla cannon, the auto axe, new perks. And you know, Fable 2 isn't the only game with a dog. In Fallout 3, when you get Broken Steel, there's a new perk added so that dog meat is by your side at all times. Even if he dies, you can go back and get him again. I think it's quite clear here that Fallout 3 wins in a landslide. It has 3 downloads opposed to 2, and those downloads are much more substantial than the short little things that Fable 2 adds on.
Okay, moving on to the next category, we're going to look at the quality of the content.
Now, before we even get started, I know what you're going to say. Operation Anchorage is just a bunch of combat, and that's the weakest part of Fallout 3. The Pit was riddled with bugs, yada 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 yada. All I really need to do is put Broken Steel on display, and Fable 2 can just hide its tail between its legs and run home to mommy.
Yeah, you're totally right, Eric. The first 2 downloads for Fallout 3 weren't anything special. In fact, I'd say they weren't very good at all. See the Future and Not Whole Island offer new areas that stretch the way you look at Fable 2. They don't just offer a lot of bugs and a lot of repetitive combat.
Alright, numbnuts, if by stretching the way you look at Fable 2 you mean more fart jokes, then maybe you're right. But as far as I can tell, what you get with the Fable 2 downloads is just a bunch of hide-and-seek games and the same follow the fairy dust and chop down enemies formula that the rest of the game features.
Alright, there's no need to get personal, let's refrain from name-calling. It looks like we're at an impasse here. If the first 2 Fallout 3 add-ons were as good as Broken Steel, it would be no contest, but as it is, we're kind of up in the air here. So let's just leave it as a tie. Jackass.
Eat me.